In a world driven by ideas and innovation, there are few lessons more valuable than learning how to bring those ideas to life. The Young Enterprise Program does just that, opening the door for young adults and school children to step into the world of business and industry long before they ever sit in a boardroom or sign a contract. Through teamwork, creativity, and real-world experience, it empowers the next generation to dream boldly, think critically, and build the confidence to shape their own futures. And here in Gibraltar, this spirit of enterprise has found fertile ground. Since its inception, the Young Enterprise Program has taken off, transforming classrooms into boardrooms and students into entrepreneurs, mentors, and leaders in the making. This is a story of how a simple idea became a thriving movement, inspiring young people across the Rock to turn ambition into action.
It all started with a previous employer who was the first, shall we say, sponsor for the event, and my then CEO asked me, look, Gallas, we're sponsoring this to a considerable amount of money. Can you go and see if you would like to be interested? And this is nearly 20 years ago.
The ideology of Young Enterprises is to instill and inspire enterprising young people. I think if we look in September and we see the youngsters coming through, we see them as students. Today, as you see the presentations and we'll be going through them, you will see adults, you will see businessmen, young entrepreneurs being formed with a clear vision of where they're going, with a clear vision of what they want to be achieving. And that for us, as the committee, as business advisors, as link teachers, is really what it's all about.
The idea is to promote learnings amongst our youth about business and how business really works. Young Enterprise in Gibraltar sits under Young Enterprise UK, and we operate under a license. And effectively there are a number of host of programs which start from as early as 5-6 years old right through to the flagship program, which is a company program for 17-18-year-olds. A group of students decide on a business concept, they create a board with different responsibilities and actually take that concept to market. At the end of the year, they are judged in a Gibraltar competition where they're assessed, 1, on a company report they have to provide, 2, on a presentation that they have to give to judges and then to the audience of about 200 people. And finally, also an interview which is conducted behind closed doors. So that's a whole full day's judging. The winner of the Gibraltar program goes and represents Gibraltar in the UK finals.
My name is Sean Federico. I'm a board director of Young Enterprise Gibraltar, which is a business education charity focused at improving entrepreneurial skills here with young people in Gibraltar. You may have come across our flagship program, which is the company program, where sixth form students essentially create their own business and run it over the course of the academic year. So it kicks off in September every year in Bayside, Westside, Prior Park and the college. And essentially teams are invited to register on our kind of company portal where they will register as individuals as part of a team. And they've got until January where they basically take part in a product launch where they start to pitch their idea to the market. And throughout that whole year, they essentially need to come up with an idea. They need to decide how they're going to make it. Is it going to be made locally? Are they going to use international suppliers? How are they going to kind of ship that over? Get through all those logistical hurdles. They need to do some market research, sell it, everything that you'd expect from a business. It's just condensed into a year.
I'm Simone Redman. I do the admin for Young Enterprise Gibraltar charity. I'm basically piggy in the middle between the Young Enterprise board, the schools and the school coordinators, and the students that participate in the actual competition. So usually the season starts with a meeting where we try and pin down the important dates, like the launch date, the date for the final, the activities that we want to put in between. And then in the school themselves, they have like a kick-off presentation where they generate the interest, and then it just becomes like crazy. As soon as the schools have said like, yeah, registration is open, students start coming, putting their names down, finding their link teachers, and then it's just like one big roller coaster till the very, very end. Hello, welcome to the Young Enterprise product launch. We're in Bayside School Hall, and at the moment the teams are arriving and starting to set up their stand. They're going to be interviewed by a few people from the business community with really that is for so that they can get feedback on where they need to go with the product. And then at 6 the doors open for the general public. So for parents, uncles, aunties, neighbors, for everybody to come and have a look to see what they've done so far.
We're Collectify. Our aim is obviously to promote Gibraltar's culture through collectible cards. So basically it's a bit like Pokemon. So we've got these cards, right, who are Gibraltar's influential people. We've got landmarks, and we've also got some organizations and companies. So basically the aim is to educate the youth on who these people are, what these places are. At the back of each card, you've got a QR code you can scan, and you will learn about these places through a PDF file.
Basically, our cards will be sold in these packs, which will contain about 6 to 8 cards, and then this book will be sold separately. And here you have a checklist of all the cards available. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
You want to share some? You want to share already?
So we're Saving Solutions, and we want to provide student ID/discount cards for local secondary school students. And we're doing an introductory offer of £3. We partnered up with many local businesses such as Burger King, Beacon Press, Las Iguanas, Wagamama. So if you're interested, pop down and sign up.
Saving Solutions. Oh.
We decided to go with recycled wood from some of our nature reserves and the northern defences, and do custom designs related to Gibraltar, because we found a lot of the time souvenirs or items relating to Gibraltar only focused on the one thing, and it is our main thing and something to be proud of, the monkeys, but I think we have a lot more to offer the world, especially with education. We have loads of fun facts about our history that are not very well known and aren't even taught in our own curriculums in our own schools, and we have all felt a certain loss to our culture in that way. So we've decided to upload on our socials with regular fun facts, and with each of our sets of coasters, they will come with a link to our website to inform others. Yeah.
The name is Beyond Books. It's an interactive children's book for ages 6 to 8. And basically there's multiple characters. So there's a monkey, there's a seagull. And when people, these ages, interact with this book, it talks about environmental issues in Gib. And we've made it very relevant so kids not only can have fun and learn about it, but also realise the problems that they may be living around. Get people's reviews, if they like it or not, and then we can adjust from there afterwards.
We give them a brief. They know that they each have 2 of these tables that you see in the background. They can use 1, they can use 2, they can put them in different positions depending on how they want to use them. So they know exactly the amount of floor space that they're allowed. They know that they can't plug anything in. So they have to make sure that their laptops and what have you is charged beforehand. So we're trying to make it a level playing field for all the teams, that not one is more advantaged than the other.
We are Sensory Snuggle, and our aim is to create a soothing sensation for all ages. A bit about our product. Our product is a sensory lap blanket. Now this will include 6 different sensations and 6 different patches, all being incorporated with Gibraltar's theme. This is targeted at dementia patients and to the neurodiverse community. As you can see here in our stall, our aim is to try and make it as inclusive as possible, as the public feedback is very important to us. So we've got a few papers of writing 1 word of what you feel when you fidget, and hopefully that can be included in our product in the future. Thank you.
So they are launching the idea of their product or service. So some of them will already maybe have a prototype even, some might be ready to actually start selling the product, some might just be using this launch to get further feedback or to do market research and then decide how they're going to carry on from here. So yeah, the teams that now didn't come with a clear idea of what they wanted to do, most of them have dropped out, because by now you do need to have a general idea of what it is that your company is going to be doing.
So this year we had one of the record, shall we say, number of young enterprise companies taking part at the very beginning. So the euphoria of everything happening and friends getting together and everything else, we had 21 companies start, which was an unprecedented number.
Hello, we're Balance Being, and I'm James Bennett, the co-managing director.
I'm Isabel, the co-managing director.
So our goal is to promote a happy, healthy and ultimately balanced lifestyle for children. We believe it's crucial to tackle these problems at a young age so that it will hopefully instill positive behaviours and habits for the future.
We've been sponsored by the Health Store. They've given us some healthy snacks to hopefully allow people to change their habits and behaviours to promote our initiative. We have many different things. As you can see here are some of our drawings that will be included in our book and our market research, which told us that 95% of parents want change in these fields.
We're EnviroMemo. My name is Danielle. My name is Alice. And we have created environmentally friendly stickers made from recycled materials to encourage people to switch off the lights when they're not in use.
We've designed sleek, modern designs that fit for any house, any business, any school, and we're really proud of them.
This is one of the first major events that we have. There's a lot happening behind the scenes, but as you can see, everybody seems to be quite calm and collected until the crowds arrive. And when the crowds arrive, they will all be quizzed. They will be asked about their product, about their idea, a bit about how they've felt, what they've done, and then we will see our young entrepreneurs shine. And that's when you really get a feel for everything they've been doing since September to now. So let's just wait and see what comes through. I'm sure it'll be a brilliant evening, enjoyed by most.
In the launch is the first time that we see what they've been working on. They all have a stand and they present, and we try and get as many people through the door as we can. Friends, family, neighbors. We invite a panel of business people. Usually the Gibraltar Federation of Small Businesses helps us with that, with volunteers. They go around and they play devil's advocate. So they ask the teams lots of questions to make them think, to maybe help them raise the product to the next level.
They act sort of as dragons, going around their different trade stands, asking them challenging questions and trying to get them to think about their product and what kind of changes they may want to incorporate whilst they're still at that early stage of the business cycle.
I think it's excellent over here. There's some projects here that you really think that they can take off. I mean, and there seems to be a lot of teamwork. There's several that have like the whole cohort, which is a good thing to see, you know, because people start dropping off after a short while, or you know, so it's good to see some good full groups there, you know. But I think there is energy there. There's ideas there that are quite original. I think young enterprise is fantastic. It's a great way for people to introduce themselves to another career path, you know. And yeah, and you have an idea, you try it. You know, whatever germ of an idea it is, if you don't try it, you won't know. And I think this is the way young enterprises can encourage this.
So yeah, that is the first time that we see what they've been doing.
I think we've got a big mix of academic students, but also not so academic students that really want to bring the practical learning into the mix, and the teams that embrace kind of bringing a mix of skill sets, mix of genders as well, normally do really well in the program because they play off the different skill sets, and it's really positive to see how motivated these students are and how much energy they come into the program with, and then seeing them develop from day one at the product launch, where maybe the less charismatic ones are the more shy, the more reserved and struggle maybe at the beginning to speak out with the public. And then as you see them throughout that same day, at the end, it seems like just seeing a completely different student, because they're just out of their shell, they're more confident. And then fast forward 9 months, when you get to the final, they're presenting in front of strangers, and you always get feedback from the parents like, oh, if you told me that was my son or daughter doing this, I wouldn't believe you. I'd have to see it for myself. So that's really the key drive of why Young Enterprise runs these programs.
We are the Scenic Group, and we are producing an activity book for children to encourage them to explore and adventure Gibraltar, because we've noticed that lots of children don't seem to do that anymore. So our book is going to contain lots of different locations: Moorish Castle, Europa Point, the different beaches, and it's going to have little bits of information so that they can learn a bit about the history or understand why these places are important. And it's also going to have personalized activities like connect the dots, crosswords, and lots of different things. And we're very excited because we really would like to see younger children being able to enjoy Gibraltar the way that we did when we were younger. We also have a little competition where we're going to get people to try and draw Europa Point and specifically the lighthouse through the instructions that are going to be in the book for the children. And yeah, we're very excited and hopefully it will be good.
We are Rock Market. Today our service is Marketplace, inspired by Facebook, is tailored to Gibraltar only specifically, so you wouldn't get Spain or Morocco's products in there.
So say you might run an at-home business and you need an extra place to sell your products, you can bring it onto Rock Market where you might find more local people, and it just helps getting your product out there a bit. Because we're so much smaller as a community, we can much easier manage what gets posted, and if we see something that shouldn't be there or might break a rule, we can easily have that taken down, making sure that you're only buying stuff that you want to buy. The second main part of our business is that we want to work with local businesses and shops in Gibraltar to say they want to. A lot of people don't want to invest in a website because it's so expensive, and part of our main goal is to bring cheap, affordable, easy to set up web pages for local businesses so they can increase their market, find more people, and just make it easier for them to sell.
We're here, the UCG team. What we do is basically we try to specialize in helping students from Gibraltar, specifically in Gibraltar right now, to help find some of the most crucial but some of the most difficult information to gather when applying to university. We help specialize finding information such as facilities, cost of transport, cost of living, all about the nightlife. And right now we're working on a website that you can see here behind us that will help make that the process of finding information a lot more efficient, faster and simpler. And yeah, that's basically what we do.
Everything about uni life we try to provide here, like you said, travel and all that. Things are difficult to find normally on websites such as UCAS, websites, things like that. They don't provide information such as travel and near airports and stuff like that. That's what we're trying to provide here. That's what our unique selling point is.
So we are a promotion business, and our aim is to promote Gibraltar and its businesses.
Here we have one of the examples of one of the 2D figures we're going to place in areas in Gibraltar where there's a lot of footfall. We're going to create partnerships, well we want to, with other businesses in Gibraltar to achieve this.
So today we will show in the public like our different monkeys designs we've got. They all have different themes. Here we have the flag of Gibraltar. We also have a Johnny dictionary, the camping flower, and many more. And we're basically going to explain to everyone what's our idea and our aim and what we want to achieve with this.
The main thing that I've seen today is the awareness of these young people on all the current issues. we've seen environment, healthy living, we're talking about dementia and neurodiversity. The awareness that these young people have on all these issues, which is a reflection of clearly their awareness of issues, but also the teachers and how the teachers contribute to the journey through education, a journey which I've now lived with them for many years. So I feel very, very proud of what our teachers do and what our young people achieve. And it gives me great confidence for the future of Gibraltar, to see these young, committed children, not children anymore, but applying all the different skills to developing business ideas, to developing things that perhaps are new to them, that they may be uncomfortable in, but taking the challenge and going for it. So well done, keep it up. Every time I meet with young people, I feel so proud of what you guys in education are doing for them and what you are going to do for Gibraltar in the future. So well done and live on, Young Enterprise.
In my years of working alongside businesses, I've never seen such an amazing drive, enthusiasm, and range of ideas to succeed with such young people. I think we can safely say that Young Enterprise has now become the best training environment for young entrepreneurs in the world of business startup, at least in Gibraltar. It is outstanding. The focus remains in enjoying the journey and learning through the process. Try to create an environment of learning, grow, develop, strengthen your relationships within and outside your team, and develop yourselves as role models for our community. Be aware of your own and others' weaknesses. Be supportive, be kind, show empathy, take responsibility. The journey will be tough. There'll be challenges to overcome, friendships will be tested, leaders will emerge, and you will all succeed. Be organized, be focused, and drive hard. Constantly revisit your plans. Be brave to change direction. Consider pros and cons. Take advice from your business advisors and teachers. Listen to them. Execute your plan with determination, focus, commitment, and belief. With that said, good luck to all. Enjoy the journey. Thank you very much.
Next week, we'll be meeting more inspiring young enterprise teams turning ideas into impacts. From Sensory Snuggle, addressing comfort and well-being, to Tunnel Vision and their project, creating environmentally friendly souvenirs inspired by Gibraltarian landmarks.